Replay, how you doing, Replay? What up, Jason? Hold on. Wait, what's happening? What's going on? Something's not right. Something's not right. Something ain't right. Forgot something. Forgot to do something. What's going on, people? I see y'all piling up in here, but give me a minute. I'll be right back. Don't pay me no mind. I'm just trying to figure something out right quick. Oh, snap. I just exited a tab I needed to stay open. Darn it. I didn't know I can exit down there like that. Darn it. I just learned something today. It was something that I meant to do that I forgot to do because I got excited about something I did. The reason why the title is what it is because for my members, I'm doing something special for y'all. I'm about to do a reaction to some of the most popular things that I tend to react to on this channel. But I gotta turn some of y'all off. Some of y'all are on here yippity yapping and chatting. That's not supposed to be chatting right now. I do apologize. I meant to correct that. Multiple softwares running. Screwed up. Boom. Let's see if that corrected the issue. There we go. Sorry, you guys. Members only. This is members only chat. And I sat here and I decided I'm about to try something. I ain't never did before. We're about to do a live stream to all the different stuff that I react to on this channel. Not all, but just the most popular. So we're talking the scary compilation. We talking to try not to laugh. We talking to Karen reaction. We's about to switch it up. And then for any of my elite members that are in here, I'm gonna need at least 1 or 2 suggestions from y'all tonight, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this every week. This is gonna be a new thing we do on this channel. Okay? For my people that was chatting, that can't chat anymore, I do apologize. I meant to turn that off beforehand. I'm sorry I teased y'all like that. But now that I got a few of y'all in here, I got y'all attention now. It's only right that I... What up, AOK Mafia? It's your boy Arda Kicks It Just Like That. We back with another one. So, we're about to start this night off with some scary. Wait. Actually. Should I start it off with some scary? Or should we end on the scary? I need y'all to go ahead. Hey, I'm chatting to the members right now. This is y'all live stream. This ain't my live stream. This is y'all live stream. See, y'all gotta direct me. Tell me what y'all want me to do. I told y'all we got the scary. Hey, hell, I'm gonna throw a ball in here too. We gonna do a Mr. Ballin reaction. We gonna do a Karen reaction. We gonna do a bad day at work reaction. What y'all want me to do first? Tell me about it. Let's get it. Oh, some people say it's scary at the end. Okay, so we're going to do scary at the end. Serenity, start with what? You said start with it, but you didn't say what I'm starting with. All right, most people say it's scary at the end, so we're going to hold the scary out to the end. So what's going to be the first one? Like I said, we got Karen. We got the scary. We got the balling. We got try not to laugh. We got bad day at work. Them the 5. King Coldham became an elite member up in this thing, boy. What up with you, brother? I see a few members unjoined. I see a few new members unjoined. What up, AOK Mafia? Y'all shout out to Daniel. Y'all thank him for the $10 donation too. Everybody saying ended it off with the scary. So what y'all want first? Somebody say start it off with the Karen. Karen first. I'm hearing a few people say Karen first. We did a Karen live stream earlier, but y'all want Karen first tonight? I'm surprised. I thought y'all was going to want Karen a little bit later. But I'll give y'all a Karen first if that's what you want. I'm hearing bad day at work. I'm hearing try not to laugh. The try not to laugh might need to be mixed in towards the end. That's my suggestion, but this is y'all live stream. Y'all let me know. I feel like it might need to be mixed towards the end, especially if we dealing with a Mr. Ballin tonight. If we gonna do some Mr. Ballin tonight, shoo! We might need to try not to laugh after that. That's all I'm saying. What up, Miss Perry? She say, I just discovered you last week and already love. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it so much. We in here, baby. We is in here. We hanging out. Yeah, man. This is a different kind of live stream, baby. This is... Oh, somebody say bad day at work first. Who was that? Blake? I see you. What y'all want? I think we're going to do Karen. It's like the majority ruled on Karen, so we're going to do Karen first. Let me pull up this Karen. We've been doing a lot of Karen today. This is going to be the 4th Karen video we done did today. At least 4th video we reacted to. So let's do it. Y'all see the disclaimer. The Karens do not reflect the views of the content creator whatsoever. Them or me, best believe. The link to everything we're going to be watching tonight will be down in the description box below. Make sure. God.
Where are you from?
I'm so glad this is not to try not to laugh because I'm cracking up right now. She over here with an accent telling somebody to go back to their country. He like, where you from?
Where you from?
Oh, she big mad. Uh-oh, we got a crazy report. Well, watch out now, something coming. Something is coming.
Hopefully here again. The other day I was walking down the hallway at Lakeview Elementary School to give a teacher a retiring gift. I looked up onto the wall and saw a BLM poster and an Amanda Gorman poster. In case you don't know who that chick is, she's some girl who did a poem at Biden's so-called inauguration.
Yo, look at this chick back here. She's like, oh my God.
I was so mad. I was told 2 weeks ago at this very meeting spot, no politics in school. I believed what you said at this meeting. So at lunch I went up to my principal to tell him about the BLM poster and that I wanted it down.
Dang, what the what? Whoa, what? This little girl over here demanding something. She must run her household. Her parents listen to her. She don't listen to her parents.
He said it's not coming down. I was like, yeah, it is, because the school board said on May 25th, no BLM or politics in school. He said that's weird. They were the ones who made them. I was stunned. When I was here 2 weeks ago, you told us to report any BLM in our schools. Apparently, you know they're in our schools because you made the signs. I said there should be no BLM in schools, period. It does not matter the color you make the posters and the font you use. We all understand the meaning. It is a political message about getting rid of police officers, rioting, burning buildings down while King Governor Welch just sits on his throne and watches. We all know. Changing the font or the color of posters does not change the meaning. I am 9 years old and I know that. You expect me to believe that you did not know what you were doing by making these posters? Come on, people. I do not judge people by the color of their skin. I don't really care what color their hair, skin, or eyes is. I judge by the content or the way they treat me. MLK said,
I know what she was about to say.
I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
That's what she was about to say.
That dream has come true. I do not care or look at the color of skin, but you make me think of it. I have Asian, Mexican, white, Chinese, black friends, and I don't care. I like them because some of them make me laugh, some are sweet and kind, sporty, or share the love of God. They are just my friends. You have lied to me, and I am very disappointed in all of you. You cannot even follow your...
Yo, the best reaction is her right here. Yo, this lady right here tripping.
Own rules. If you're gonna do that...
She over here trying so hard not to laugh out loud.
Why do we follow any rules we deemed unfit or ridiculous? I'm not following your mask rule anymore then. Get the posters out of our schools. Courage is contagious, so be courageous.
Your fucking camera.
Whoa, whoa, get out my face. Get out my face before I rip that dang on lip ring out your lip. That was a tongue twister. See, that's... Get out my face. I'm gonna make you bleed out your lip.
Before you pulled out your fucking camera.
You don't make me pull out your lip ring, fool.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, you're telling me I lost the money.
I'm telling you, you spent your money on an icy that you have in front of you, and you didn't like the taste of it. So you're acting like a 4-year-old.
It's actually kind of water.
In the center of the mall here, you're acting like a fucking 4-year-old. You pulled out your phone, and you're trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be aggressive, passive aggressive,
Not
to
at
get
all.
another free drink.
No,
But
we don't want a
I'm
free
not-
drink.
Yeah, you just asked for it.
We just want a refund. We want a
We're not getting a
refund.
refund because we don't offer
Okay,
refunds,
how about an
as do
exchange?
most of these businesses
How about
in
an
the mall.
exchange for a
And as I
Coca-Cola?
said multiple times before, I'm not exchanging it for a Coca-Cola. You can throw it away if you choose to do so.
Okay.
But I'm not giving you a fucking refund, and I'm not exchanging it. You're getting on my fucking nerves. I told you.
All this daggone swearing, man. I swear I'm look. He really gonna be swearing when I pull that lip ring out his lip.
Now you need to either leave, throw it away, or I'm calling security.
You call security.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that it's not very often when a employee at any establishment is in the right when they're swearing. Usually when they're swearing, they're in the wrong. And it's not because they're swearing. It's because they don't have the composure to really analyze the situation and address it as it should be addressed. Typically, people that are capable of doing that don't curse. There's no need for it. They don't have to use such harsh words to get a valid point across. But when someone adds curse words to it, phew, the relevancy goes out the window. All he had to do was give them a Coke. I would be upset just like you would be upset if you tasted the drink and it tastes like crap. It didn't taste how it was supposed to taste. Like, hey man, can I exchange this for something else? I just took a sip right here in front of you. It don't taste good. Can you give me a Coke instead? What's the big deal? But I'm going to do like my elite member said. We're going to do Mr. Ballin' and then we'll do the Try Not to Laugh afterwards.
What'd you say, baby?
Does he think we're scared of him?
No, he don't think that.
Yes, he does. He does think that. He does think that you guys are scared of him.
We're gonna have to clean up the ice.
No. We can't do that.
Hey, the husband is being pretty chill. I probably would have threw my icy at him, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm not gonna
And then just walked out.
stand here and let them call security up.
We're not scared of security.
Wait, why would we do that?
What would we do?
Why would we do that? Let the security come and tell us to get out? I don't want all that happening.
Just relax.
Yo, that's actually pretty cool of the chick. I'm listening to what the female and the guy is saying in the background. And the female, I'm surprised. She's like a lot more chill, a lot more level-headed, a lot more calm. They're both pretty calm, but the stuff that the female is saying, she's like, I don't want any problems. Let's not do what it is that you think you're going to do and then get security involved and then we end up getting kicked out of the mall. A lot of chicks that I know, they'll be like, handle him. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to fight for you, but I'll fight with you. She is chill.
You roll with me, okay?
I do.
All right.
When does it end? I'm just saying. I don't want to hurt the security job. And
But what are they gonna do?
just get out.
So what?
The guy's like, yo, she's like, I'm just saying I don't want to get the security involved. And the boyfriend's like, what are they gonna do? And she's like, kick us out. He's like, so what? At this point, you actually should get the security involved if you don't have anybody that's has any authority over this young man here, so that y'all can get what it is that y'all are looking to get, which is a different icy. That's reasonable.
Maximum just throw the drink on the floor, they can clean it up, and then we're out of here.
Come on now, what's happening? There was no verdict.
Okay, do it. Come on.
He called him a female genitalia part.
All right, so go on, get out.
Why'd you threaten me back there?
I have it on video of you saying you're going to get out and kick my ass.
Well, you just threatened me.
With what?
Why? Why? Why do people do this so much? Why do people switch it up when they pull out their camera? This man clearly threatened the dude that's already recording. But when he pulls out his camera and lets his window down, what's the first thing that come out of his mouth? He said that this guy threatened him. Lying. Why? So when they give that to the police, that's supposed to be justifiable? Good thing this guy was recording first. Listen. Listen.
Why'd you threaten me back there?
Why'd you threaten me back there? First thing comes out his mouth.
I have it on video of you saying you're going to get out and kick my ass.
Well, you just threatened me.
With what?
You flipped me off. I got it on camera.
Oh yeah, I flipped you off because you didn't stop for a pedestrian.
Who's a pedestrian?
Me and my dog.
You weren't there.
Oh yeah.
He said you wouldn't.
We were.
No, you weren't.
Okay, well then I flipped you off for no reason for my First Amendment right. So go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You threatened me with the go fuck yourself.
Threatened? Are you threatened by freedom of speech, sir?
Well, you're shaking.
You should go fuck yourself.
You're shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, I am. Because you threatened to beat my ass.
Well, you can cry.
And this is going on Facebook.
Okay, cry.
Have you heard of Bellingham Living?
Yep.
Yeah, you're going all over it.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, what did you say you were going to come do?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, it's on video. Yeah, because you threatened to beat my ass.
It is. He literally said, I'm going to go down there and turn around. And he was calling him a female genitalia and all of that. He did.
There you go, guys. Won't stop for a pedestrian.
Hey, you right, fairy girl. That would be cool. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Wish people pants really did catch on fire if they lied.
Don't say hello. Don't touch my name. I'm a female.
I'm a female.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm a female. You need to watch out your behavior. Listen up.
Okay?
Listen up. Listen up.
What? This woman over here, she's over here trying to steal some kids' scooters?
Business, bitch. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. Yeah, you told me
I'm the officer of the army, you know?
I don't give a shit.
Shut it out.
You told me 25 for
You
both.
can see everything. Calm down.
That's a 25. No 25. How much for this one? You told me 25 for both of them.
Yo, oh, that's a seat that's on there. I'm like, yo, why this thing look so weird? I'm like, what's this extra piece? It's supposed to be a scooter, but it got an extra piece right here. Oh, it's a seat. That's weird.
35. No, call the cops. You can't step outside this. No. Honey, come here.
No.
Let go of me. You're not.
No, I filmed everything. I have a proof.
Call
You are.
911, honey.
I know, Aaron. Oh.
I will pay for it. But
Leave here.
let go. Get the fuck now. Get the fuck off of me.
Don't
You don't
do
touch
that.
me.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Watch out away
That's
from
a
my
stealing.
kids. Watch out.
That's a stealing.
Yo, I gotta hand it to her though. She's holding this thing with one hand and fighting off 3 people. Can't none of them rip it from her. You got a grown man that can't take it. Look, this poor kid back here, all he want to do is eat some Popeyes. He don't even care about this scooter at this point. He don't even care for that scooter no more. He like, Mom, you doing too much, man. I just want to eat my Popeyes before it get cold. And go watch some Power Rangers and Pokemon at home. I don't want this scooter no more, man. Because now every time I ride this scooter, I got to think about that time you got in a fight with the little Asian people. Over this scooter. It ain't worth it. That's what I would be thinking if I was that kid.
You steal that. Let's steal that. That's so
Oh,
bad.
you're touching me.
Dang, she about to spill her drinks.
Good. Yeah,
That's so bad.
Good. I'm glad you touched me.
That's so
now
bad.
I'm gonna press charges. Don't ever fucking.
I knew she was gonna throw a drink.
Oh.
She's about to throw the other one too. Look, dang, come on now, not the sweet tea. Not the sweet tea, baby. We in the South, can't do that.
Got me fucked up. Don't
Oh, she threw the other one. No.
Calm down, calm down, calm down.
Hey, y'all need to chill. Look, see this one. Yo, they ain't using their heads no more. They willing to break this door for what? There's no point of this right now.
No worries. I have a proof. I have a proof. You guys can call policeman.
Hey,
No
calm
worry,
down.
no worry.
Call
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
What in the world was that about? Oh, man. Woman. I don't even want to say it no more. I don't even care no more.
Hello. Take that shirt off and put your shirt back on and get stepped in. That's on my shirt. Take it off. Put your shirt back on and get out of my store.
What are you talking about? I'm not even trying to say I'm just trying
Really?
it on.
Because that's a tag. Right there on cash or extra large. That's
No,
on
yeah,
the-
I'm just trying it on.
Okay, well, put your shirt back on. You put it on. And take the shirt off and
Look,
get
I
out.
didn't even have the video on.
Okay, get out.
For
Put the shirt
what?
back on. Your father, you have a shirt on. What do you mean
I'm
for
trying it
what?
on. Look, the video's on.
Dang, this woman trying to kick this boy out the store for stealing, and all he was doing is trying his shirt on. This is probably doing curve at night time, so the dressing rooms are no longer available to try clothes on, so he's just trying it out in the middle of the store. Oh, cops. They sound drunk.
She cussed me out. You
What?
call me an Asian.
That was her excuse for cursing him out? She said, yeah, I did, because you're effing. When people are drunk and being racist, I disregard it. Maybe they are in real life in their sober state. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're only that way when they're drunk. I know what some of y'all might be thinking, hey, when you're drunk, the truth comes out. No, a lot of times ignorance comes out.
One, please.
Look at her. She's over here walking backwards, tipsy, tumbly and stuff, trying to swipe on her phone. She don't even know what she's looking for. Where's the number? The app? I don't know which app I'm supposed to be using. Which number am I supposed to call? She don't even know where she at.
I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself. Go back to Asia.
Like I said, y'all gotta excuse this woman. She's drunk right now. This is live, y'all. This is live. Usually I be bleeping out the curse words and stuff, but nope, can't do that. We're live.
Stella, stop.
She about to fall.
No, I will take his address.
She said, I'm gonna take his address. What make you think this man gonna give you his address, and why? When has anyone ever gave someone that they were having a dispute with their address? Why? I'm not giving. I was about to say, I don't think he's gonna actually call 911 because he was still recording. You gotta stop recording so you can call 9 to the 1 to the 1. Shoo! Alright, y'all. Y'all, for the people that's just getting here, we doing something different tonight for my channel members, man. I'm giving them like one of each kind of reactions that I typically do on this channel. The popular stuff from the Karens, from the scary, the Mr. Ballin. I can't even remember what else. The try not to laugh challenges. Yeah, we having fun. We hanging out. I got other things I should be doing tonight, but I'm doing this for my channel members, man. I'm doing this for my channel members, bro. Sheesh. And we got a bunch of new channel members in here too today. Shout out to y'all. I see you in here. Ash White, thank you so much. Eric, thank you for the don't know. Colton, thank you for the big $50 dough to the no. Dough to the no. I see my regulars up in here too, y'all. My channel members. What's good, my peoples? Y'all, we about to get to the next video. We gonna save the Mr. Ballin for next to laugh and the try not to laugh for the very last. So, I gotta get a Mr. Ballin video. I haven't collected one for tonight. What's next? What's next? All right, we gonna do Bad Day at Work And then we're going to do a scary compilation. And then Mr. Ballin', and then try not to laugh. We in here, baby. We is in here. It's going to be a long night. We got 1,300 people. Let's go. Next one. Bad Day at Work 2021. Look, man. The workplace is not the place to be playing around. It can be dangerous. Thought somebody was gonna put something in his butt. That would have been funny. Okay, okay. These fools playing soccer with leaf blowers. Where's the goals? Oh, I see the goal. I see what they doing now. Oh. This is not even a bad day at work. This is more like a bored day at work. What's happening here? Yo, that junk look recently paved. Man, what country is this, man? You got these recently paved roads that look like they're laying down concrete or cement, and there's no cones to let people know not to drive through this? Come on now. This is definitely a bad day at work. Look, they done ripped up this part of the road so they can lay down this fresh concrete. Big dumbass. Whoa, that's weird. That does not look sturdy. That looks horrible. That junk look like if the big bad wolf came, it would blow it all down. Thank you, Amber. Joseph, appreciate it. Lynn, $20 donos. Thank y'all so much. Look at that. I'm not living in this house. You can't even pay me to live in this house. Dang old house might fall on me. I'll be in the bathroom taking a dump, then the neighbors see me because my whole thing fell. That's what you call bored. This is also what you call bored. I was like, where they get the helicopter sound coming from? What up, Sheila? What up, a Pisces thing? I see you, baby.
Gente, olha o perigo que é essas lixadeiras.
Bro, you gonna cut your thing off if you don't back up. Why you got your man junk so close to this dang on machine? I bet you won't turn it on. Oh, he already got it caught in there. All the way to the underwear. See, look, I'm a black man, you know, that if that was me, woo, it would have caught something else, you know what I'm saying? Look, I wouldn't even have it no more because this thing would cut it off.
Eu trabalhando no 220.
Woo! I would have lost a testicle and everything. Look at that.
Num puta cuidado.
Sound like he's speaking Portuguese. I think he must be either Brazilian or Argentinian. Colt, new channel members. Polo, what's good with you? What up, James? I see you in here. Oh, watch out. You hit the telephone line. I'm pretty sure the water's not supposed to be in a store. Did it rain out there or something? What's going on? Uh-oh, we got some wood. That wood is too darn wide to go on the back of that. Come on now. They didn't use their heads this day. You got to buy a truck. You need to go rent a truck, get a friend with a truck, or buy a truck.
Don't be scared.
I didn't even see this fool standing down here. Did y'all see him? I didn't even see this man. I thought this was like sturdy. I thought this was strong and secured. I'm like, yeah, the cement's gonna just slide down that perfectly, go right into the hole. If you're using a piece of freaking cardboard like a piece of paper, that's what that thing is compared to that cement. This ain't made out of metal. You needed a metal sheet. You're using basically a piece of paper. Of course that was gonna happen. That's a piece of paper. That's actual cement. Look, they so slow, they ain't even doing nothing. They just watching it happen. Now they stopped it. Horrible. Incompetent. Uh-oh. I think that window's about to go out. Oh, nope. It missed the truck. Hey. You know what? I'd rather it fall to the side than to hit the back of my vehicle. How about y'all? That's all I'm saying. What up, Tanya Taylor? Did they just move that? This fool just pushed the Range Rover. I'd be big mad. There better not be a dent in the back of my car. Oh, we gonna push it and shatter that window. Ooh, they paying for all the damage they did to my car. Ooh. Bro, did they do any damage to that thing? I swear. What the what? This will be how women. This is why women don't do these type of jobs. They'll be like this. This is what ladies will be doing. This is what the ladies will be doing. Like, my hand, this hammer, the vibrations going through it hurts. Bro, does he have on, tell me this man don't have on a head umbrella. Tell me he don't have on a head umbrella. An umbrella that you sit on your head. I feel like whatever's about to come out this ceiling is going to come down with so much force it might break his neck. Oh, we didn't see it. All right, we got a hole in the ground. I see some bricks around. Is this man about to pour something down and out? What the freak? Oh, that's messed up. Oh, what was that? I hope that was just water. Bro, you better watch out. That thing's swinging. This don't look good at all. This don't look good. Is that supposed to be suction on there? Oh my God. Shattered that glass. Imagine if that knocked them off that building and they would have, ooh. Oh, no. Hey, he's about to lose his job today. That's easily $50 worth of soda. Bam. Nah, that was about $150 worth of soda. Hey, that actually seems like a decent idea. This man ain't doing nothing. He ain't even doing nothing. They were just playing. Yep. Oh, lost one. Shh. You know he tried to make it seem like that wasn't his fault, right? His boss looked at the camera to see what actually happened. That's why they're playing the video. That's why we see the surveillance camera. Somebody messed up today. Somebody messed up today. Y'all, this is idiots at work. Oh, what was that? Uh-oh. This happens a lot with these sodas, man, or beers or anything liquid. Any type of beverage. Going down? Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. That was way worse than I thought. Bro, why? Bro, you can't be playing at work like that. That dude could have broke his foot. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey! Oh, okay, he did it. It worked. These dudes are filming a skit. Yeah, pretty much. All right, what we got going on here? Oh, yep. You're going to have to take the door off the hinge to get that out. There we go. Or break the hinge one. What the heck is going on here? I'm so confused. What am I looking at now? Is this the same video? I don't know what that last clip was. I was so confused. This was not the best. Yes, baby, this is Chain Reactions. That was not the best. Bad day at work. But luckily, the try not to laugh video is technically a bad day at work video. So we gonna redeem ourselves later on. But we got another video to do. How many videos have we done so far? 2, right? We did Karen, and we did. This was not try not to laugh. This is bad day at work. So we got balling and try not to laugh. And the scary comp. Scary compilation is next. Shout out to Bizarre Pup.
Urban explorer visits an abandoned house and encounters something terrifying. The person exploring the house has no idea as to what happened there. If only he knew, he would have held off from visiting this place. It was only after posting this video that a local resident commented on the history of this home. According to them, a mother and her 2 sons used to live there. But, unfortunately, something really tragic happened to them. One day, one of her sons goes missing. Then, a few days later, the mother is found dead, along with her other son, who she murdered before taking her own life. The horrible incident that took place inside this home has led local residents to believe that the house is cursed and that a sinister presence resides inside. The video that was captured may just prove that. This is what was caught.
Something opened that. Y'all saw that? Who's up there? Who that is? I don't see it. I don't see it. Just a bunch of pixels. Just a bunch of pixels. I don't see it.
A face can be seen from inside the ceiling.
I don't see a face. I just see pixels. I could say there's a face right here if I wanted to. Or right here. Or right there. Hey, look. That's like a skeleton. Or I could just pretend there's a face right here. Is that what y'all want? Okay.
It's not clear as to who or what was inside, but it's obvious that somebody or something was up there. Now, it might be the case that the thing up there is actually a squatter, but given the history of this place, one can't help but think that this might have been a paranormal encounter, and perhaps the sinister entity that is said to live there. But, as always, I'll let you decide as to what this might have been. Ghost or something else? Let me know what you think.
I don't know what to think, because I ain't see nothing. Just a bunch of pixels.
Morales, Debbie, and her friends are tubing through a canal when they capture something creepy on camera. This video was taken on July 8th of 2018.
Oh yeah, you guys, all caps are on sale on the website. $5 off. Copy one.
But prior to this date, about 5 years ago, someone had drowned in the same canal that Morales is in.
RDKicks.com. Forgot to tell you. Sorry.
Little did
shout out to all my moderators in here. I see y'all in here.
she know that she and her friends would capture something disturbing. Take a look.
Tell me about it. What the freak was in the water?
It was only after posting the video on Facebook and being told by viewers about this that she noticed. Viewers think that this could have been the ghost of the victim who had drowned. Others think that this could have been something else, perhaps a creature. No one knows for sure, but it seems like more people believe that this might be the spirit of a deceased who appears to be reaching for the water tube to save itself.
Yo, that's mad weird. Cause whatever it is, it don't look human because it's swimming so fast.
Unfortunately, it doesn't know that it's too late. But of course, what are your thoughts? Paranormal or not?
Yo, it's moving so fast. Was the water flowing and it was able to move that fast because of how the water was flowing?
It's the middle of the night.
Oh, Lord!
Reject is on his phone when something downright creepy happens. In the corner of his room, there's a doll. Deject writes, "I was on my phone in my room when I heard something. This is what he caught."
Bro, get rid of that doll. You gotta be kidding me. Get rid of that. Oh my God, it moved. Bro, get rid of it. Oh my God. Bro, go get rid of that. Bro.
The doll appears to have moved by itself. Now, it could be the case that friction was responsible for this. But regardless of whether or not this was something paranormal, the video is still nonetheless pretty creepy. The question still remains though, as not enough evidence is given to prove either claim. Did friction have to do anything with this? Or did it actually...
I'm getting rid of that doll tonight. That doll, I'm getting, look. Nope. Nope. Not me. Not me.
move on its own?
I don't care nothing about no friction. A doll move. That's how much I know. I know that much. Doll move. I don't care nothing about no friction. That dog gotta go. That dog gotta go.
What do you think?
What
If you caught some...
Why would he have a doll like that in the first place? That creepy. It sent shivers all down my spine.
Something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video.
Okay.
Brian Ramirez is in his backyard when he sees something inside his house that scared the living hell out of him. Brian writes, "I was home alone when I took my dog out to the backyard to go to the bathroom. As I was waiting for him to finish, I look up to my parents' bedroom and see this."
What's that?
Regardless of whatever this was, there's no way that Brian was able to sleep that same night. Talk about nightmare fuel. This is creepy.
Not me. My parents ain't my parents no more after that.
Susie Solmori lives in a 3-story house with lots of stairs and several rooms.
That's a beautiful home.
Out of all the rooms, there's one in particular that she stays away from.
The living room? Why? Because all the family hang out in there?
On the 3rd floor.
Oh no, that's a bedroom.
There's a large vacant room with a painting of a sun.
Oh, yeah, we saw this yesterday. Wait, there's more to this video.
So, thinking it's all in her head, she tries her best to ignore this feeling. But then, one day, Susie encounters something that scared the living daylights out of her. Susie is home alone when she captures the following on camera.
It's Gilbert, right? That was the name of the son, right? No, we didn't see this, Serenity. This is different. I don't remember this part. I don't remember none of this part. Noise coming from there. I don't remember this. I remember the little girl talking to Gilbert, and they found the Ouija board in the floorboards. But I don't remember her opening no door slowly. And I don't remember her avoiding any room either in this house.
Susie ends the video there, but little does she know that things were about to get worse. One day.
Yeah, we saw this part. Yeah, I don't remember this either.
Called friend, and so she decides to spy on her once more. But this time, she captures something even more strange. Her niece appears to be looking for something underneath the floorboard. It was only after her niece had fallen asleep.
Yo, this almost seems like super legit. And it would make for like a perfect movie or something, because it's like the kid is talking to this doll. To this spirit. And then it's almost like the spirit directed the kid to something in the floor. And then they find the Ouija board, and the Ouija board kind of reopens the realm for the spirit to come through completely. They can make a movie out of this if things get crazy. Yep, there go the Ouija board. Huh. Yeah, they ended that video off with something that we already seen. Half of that video we already seen. So y'all can give me a moment. I'm going to see if I can go and find a replacement for that. I do be sorry. Hold on. We gotta see if we can find another scary video. Let's see if my dude got something else.
Bailey B worked.
Let's see what this is about. Let me grab the Mr. Ballin video for us too, you guys. Give me a moment here. Give me a moment here. Ballin got going on? I know what kind of stories I want to hear. Wait, hold on. Top 3 crazy ways people escape death? Not quite. Not quite. The pinching man. Interesting. We'll save that for a different day. Old man makes a shot. Ooh, that sounds like my kind of story. Alright, we found a Mr. Baller video. Let's get to this next scary comp though.
Bailey B works at an old theater that is set to be haunted. Although Bailey loves his job, there's...
God damn it, every last one of these guys be doing the same videos. We done seen this already.
This is what he captured.
It's
Yep, we done seen that. Alright, what we got here?
A father takes his wife and child to a theme park, and while recording them, captures something pretty creepy. The father states that after coming back from the theme park, his daughter told him that she was scared of going back. But it wasn't because she was afraid of the rides, but because of something else.
Tell me about it.
It was only after looking back at the footage he captured that he understood why his daughter was so afraid. This is what he caught. Be sure to look closely or you'll miss it.
Bro. Man. It looks kind of capped though, bro. Alright, y'all, look right here. Look right here. You see blurry hands? Blurry almost as if they were blurred by whatever the heck is blurring these people's face. Look. You see that? A little blurry hand. And then it grabs onto the boat. You see the hand? I don't know how to feel about this clip.
Right behind his daughter, there appears to be a hand coming out of nowhere. The scariest part about this, though, is the fact that it seems to be reaching out to her. But, as if that wasn't creepy enough, something else was caught on camera that also went unnoticed. Earlier in the video, the father is recording a boat that's passing by, when out of nowhere, he captures this.
Why? 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 Hiding a hand in another weird place. This time it's a fist coming through that doesn't look natural at all. It looks like it was put there later. And why would it come through, make a fist, and then do like that? Why? Why? The cap. The cap.
I honestly have no explanation for this, but I have plenty of questions. I can't help but think that this might have been the same hand that appears later on. But what's even more creepy about this is that it looks like it's trying to get the father's attention.
It looked like the father might have did it himself, his cat.
Or could it be that it was trying to get the daughters? There has yet to be an explanation for...
Mr. Ramsey, new channel member, thank you so much. We in here, baby.
A dog and her owner are both home alone when the following happens. The owner who posted the video writes, "Hazel has been growling for 10 minutes. I checked the security cameras to see if someone was outside."
Why didn't you check Hazel? There might be something wrong with your dog if it's been growling for 10 minutes. Maybe the dog got diarrhea or something. Maybe it ate something bad that you probably fed it. Check the dog.
But there wasn't. So I decided to record her as this is not her normal behavior.
Check the dog.
If there are spirits here, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. You must leave. You're not welcome here.
I mean, I like it. I like the energy. Said, if there's spirits here, I rebuke you, whatever the heck she said, in the name of Jesus Christ. You're not welcome here. I like it. But check the dog. I would told the dog, hey, go get him. Nah, she got some spirits. The dog tripping.
What is it, Hayes?
Go get him, Hayes. Hayes, go get him.
What is Hazel seeing?
Hayes, go get him.
And what might be the reason as to why she's growling? It's believed that dogs can see things, such as entities, that we can't. But I'll let you decide as to whether or not she's actually seeing something. Let me know what you think. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444.
Man, I wanted to see what the heck Hayes saw. What did Hazel see?
At gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. A user by the name of TheAnnoyingBird88 has caught something creepy on camera. Annoying Bird state...
Hey, y'all, real quick, Christopher Hernandez says, thanks for the members live chat only, and thanks for hanging out with us. You're welcome, brother. Thank you for the don't know.
It's that the activity in her home has been getting worse, and in a recent video she posted, it's obvious that something strange is going on.
Tell me about it.
Annoying Bird writes, last night's video, just watch and listen to the stairs.
Listen to the stairs. Saw an orb. You got an orb, lady. Watch out. It went down to your private parts. Is that alcohol on the stair right there? What is that? Is that a little bottle? Or is that perfume or cologne? I don't know. It's oddly placed. You got all kinds of orbs flying in your face, lady. Watch out. What the heck coming down the stairs? Oh, I see the orb coming down the stairs too. Whatever it is, about to get you.
As with most videos on the paranormal, it's hard to tell if it's fake or not. A sound effect of someone walking down the stairs could have easily been added to the footage to make it seem like it was a ghost. But Annoying Bird proves that it's real by recording herself going down the stairs to show that the sound in the video is actually from her own.
I see you, Miss Gonzalez. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the order on the website. She got a Nope Not Me tank top.
She has yet to post more footage of the strange occurrence, so stay tuned. The following video was submitted without any context or background information.
Okay, tell me about it.
With or without it though, it's still pretty creepy. The video shows a girl singing along to a song when something creepy happens in the background.
She creepy. She creepy enough. Yo! Y'all can't see it, but this is crazy. Why is this girl's eyes so far spaced apart? That must be her relative, because her eyes are pretty far apart too, I guess. I don't know. Look back here. Woo! Woo! That's creepy. That is creepy. Look how she moved. Oh, snap. She was grabbing it. Whoa, that was weird.
What do you make of this video? Real or fake? Let me know what you think.
You saw how she went back? Ew!
Urban explorer Christopher Hill explores an abandoned hospital in Warren, Ohio, and
Urbex.
encounters something very strange.
Wait.
The hospital has been abandoned for more than 10 years
Tell
and
me
is
about it.
currently in the process of being demolished. Knowing this, Christopher decides to explore the building before it's torn down. But little does he know that deep within the hospital, an ominous presence seems to be hiding inside.
Tell me about it.
Christopher enters the premises of the building.
Have we seen this? We're very familiar with Urbex Hill.
And doesn't encounter anything unusual. But when he arrives at a passageway located far inside the hospital, Christopher encounters something pretty creepy. Take a look.
Oh yeah, we did see that. We have seen this one before. It's okay, we watch again. Looky. Woo, boy.
It appears that Christopher isn't aware of the shadowy figure by the door. It was only after viewers had pointed this out that he noticed. Now, it could be the case that this was someone who was squatting, but upon a closer examination,
Every time I hear of squatters, I think of taking a poop.
it doesn't seem like this might have been a squatter, nor does it look like this might have been a person. Christopher continues to explore further ahead, still unaware of what he had caught on camera. He arrives at a room that's completely torn down, but there's something about this room that's unsettling. There's something ominous in the air.
He's a squitter.
And Chris is well aware of it.
Tell me about it.
Then, just when things couldn't get any more creepy, this happens.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Oh, heck no. I wouldn't be in there. What was that noise? I would not be in there. Oh, heck no, I'm out. Gotta go. Time to go. Time to dip.
Christopher isn't sure as to what was hiding inside the hospital. Whatever it was, he can at least take comfort in the thought that he won't be seeing it ever again, as the building will soon be demolished. But as always, what are your thoughts? Ghost or something else?
Creepy!
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
What up, Candy Girl? Candy Girl! She a channel member now. I thought you was already a channel member.
Until next time.
Now, it's time for some Mr. Balling. Y'all ready for this? Y'all, this is... Old man makes a shocking confession. Halloween Scare-a-thon. Ooh. Let's check this out.
2019, a 70-year-old man posted a lengthy confession to Reddit that quickly went viral. And if you make it to the end of today's video, you'll see why. But before we get into today's story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right channel, because that's all we do, and we upload 3, 4, even 5 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please deliver a strange, dark, or mysterious story to the like button, but in PDF format. Also, please subscribe to the
we got one more video after this one.
This channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's story.
Yo, that sound like running music, man. Uh-oh, your discretion is advised.
On the advice of his longtime therapist, a 70-year-old man named Art began writing about what happened to him and his family 30 years earlier in 1989.
Thank you, Natalie.
His therapist only knew Art had lost a child and felt very guilty about it. But the conditions under which the child was lost was always very gray. Even though Art had been his patient for years and the therapist had repeatedly tried to get more information. You know, was this a child that was lost in pregnancy? Was it a child that was born and died or ran away? Those details never emerged, and every time the therapist tried to dig in, Art would back off, close up, and he would not talk about it. And so finally, his therapist said, Art, you just need to find a way to talk about this stuff.
Eddie Rebel,
if you're not going to talk about it with me, then perhaps you should write it all down in a private journal. It'll be a very cathartic experience, and it might help you get over that guilt you're feeling. So Art reluctantly agrees. He goes home. He gets out a piece of paper.
Think about that. That is something serious. Like, if this guy is keeping something from his therapist, someone that he's should be able to tell something to, that cannot share that information with no one, even legally can't share that information with no one, then he must be really hiding something serious.
And he begins writing all the details of everything that happened leading up to that day in 1989 and what actually happened on that day in 1989. And when he was done and he had a chance to look at what he had written, he didn't feel better. He felt worse, felt more guilty. But that's because Art had a secret that the therapist didn't know about. And now that it was out on paper, Art suddenly felt like, you know what, before I die, I have to tell the world what me and my wife did. So in 2019, he took all of those notes that he had written down about what had happened, and he posted it to Reddit. This is his confession story.
Oh, no.
Art's son was very, very troubled. Art would say, if you've seen the movie, We Need to Talk About Kevin, where a couple's son turns out to be a total psychopath, Art says that's a pretty good representation of what home life was like with our son.
I want to see that movie now. I've never seen that movie. Y'all let me know where that movie is streaming so I can watch it.
From the day Art's son was born in 1971, it was like something was off about him. Art and his wife Lisa had planned this pregnancy, and they were ecstatic when their baby boy was welcomed to the world, and they showered him with affection and love and did everything they possibly could to give him a warm, loving environment. But no matter what they did, it just seemed like he was always miserable. Their son cried constantly for the first 13 months of his life. Now, Art and Lisa understood that when you bring a baby home, there's a good chance they're going to cry. But his crying was so constant, and he could not be calmed down, that they grew concerned that this was more than just a colicky baby, that there could be some underlying issue. And so they brought their son to doctors and specialists, and they tried every treatment under the sun. They changed his diet, they changed his room, they sang him songs, they changed everything they could, but it never stopped. And so 13 months of...
Yo, where did he get this baby crying sound effect from, man? That just mad annoying, bro. I just heard about the colic. Yeah. Toddler Mommy 83. Yeah. The colic. Yeah. I just heard about that for the first time earlier today. I was watching the new Kevin Hart movie on Netflix, and they used that term colic. I don't remember exactly what it is. It's in my brain. I know it, but I don't want to think about it right now. But I thought about when I heard that in the movie, when I was a baby, I didn't cry for the first 2 years. I'll tell that story later on, but I didn't cry at all as a baby.
Grinding, grating, no sleep. Finally, in the 14th month of his life, he seemed to get over the incessant crying stage, And Art and Lisa were so relieved. It seemed like finally they could just be loving parents and not be so frustrated with their child all the time. But it seemed like now that he wasn't crying, he still was just totally unhappy. His body language and everything about him said, I'm not happy. Always. Art said that he never saw his son ever have a genuine, joyous smile.
What in the world? This is crazy.
The only time he saw something resembling a smile was when his son would grin after causing someone pain or breaking a rule or in some way being bad. And then once his son started walking, all he wanted to do was just destroy everything in front of him. But again, Art and Lisa, they realized that this is all pretty typical child behavior, albeit maybe on the more extreme end of bad behavior, but it's still in the realm of normal child. And they're thinking that they are the reason this is happening. And so they're not blaming their son at this point. They're still doing everything they can to take care of him and love him to the best of their ability. When their son was about 2 years old, he learned how to take off his diaper. And he began sneaking around the house and emptying the contents of his diaper into corners of the house, underneath carpets, grinding it into the carpet, smearing it on the walls. But again, Art and Lisa are looking inward and saying, our child is only 2 years old. It can't be his fault he's acting this way. It's our fault for not finding a way to correct this behavior.
You see, like, so far, they sound like sensible parents. Because I've always said, you know, when a child is acting up, or even an adult, you know, look at their upbringing. Look at their parents. What did their parents do? The fault is there. The fault is at home, 9 times out of 10. But this is different.
But
I bet the verdict is going to be that this child is possessed or something evil about this child.
Art and Lisa started to drift away from that opinion when their son got a little bit older, got potty trained, and wasn't using diapers anymore, and still was going around the house and squatting down and going to the bathroom all over the house, making a mess at every possible chance he could. And not just when he was 4, 5, 6 years old. All the way up until he was 15 years old, he was doing this. And he stopped doing it in random corners, and he began only going into his parents' bedroom every chance he got, opening up the sheets, going inside, going to the bathroom, shutting it back up, and leaving. It got to the point where Art and Lisa literally could not stop their son from doing this. He was absolutely determined to do this. So anytime they were away, he would even sneak in the windows to do this. I mean, he was totally hell-bent on going to the bathroom in their bed. And so they had to start putting locks on the windows and the doors of their bedroom. But when they had finally secured that room to where he really couldn't get in anymore, he began going to the bathroom right outside their door and...
I knew he was going to say that.
...in the other beds in the house. And so they began investing in locks on all of the doors. They even replaced the doors themselves because they were too flimsy, and they thought there's a good chance he might kick these doors in to try to get them open. So they put these big, thick doors up all through their house.
Like, yeah, no, they got an evil child. Their child. What happened? How did their child get possessed with this evilness? It came into the world with this evilness. I will be damned if I have to replace my doors with some sturdier doors because I'm fearful of my son, my little toddler, breaking into my bedroom or any other room in the house so that it can defecate on any bed. Nah. Yeah, I don't believe in whipping. I grew up on it.
And put these big locks with key locks all over the house to keep their son from going in and going to the bathroom all over their bed sheets. As their son grew older, he became more...
Yeah, I remember the name of the movie. I know the movie was Fatherhood, but what I was talking about is I couldn't remember what they were saying as far as colic. I can't remember what they were saying was the reason for the colic with the baby crying. I heard something about the one lady said you use white noise and that would ease the baby from crying.
More and more unmanageable, well beyond just going to the bathroom in different places. He became violent and he would bite and kick and scratch and spit on anybody that came near him. He was like a wild animal. Before he was 9 years old, he had been kicked out of school 2 separate times. When they let him back in a 3rd time, he apparently did something that was so bad that they effectively expelled him. A 9-year-old is getting expelled from school. So they had to enroll him at this other special school that
This is a bad kid.
Would accept him with his history, but part of the deal with this school is you don't have any interaction with other students. He was considered too dangerous to be around other kids, so he was totally isolated at school, and it ultimately made him a lot worse. Once he was enrolled in the school, he became really violent at home. He would come home from school, and he would go right to the kitchen and get a knife out, and he would start threatening his parents, to the point where they had to lock all the drawers in the kitchen once all of the knives were under lock and key.
Can you send a child to juvenile just for being evil?
In Art's house, his son began stealing knives from the neighbor's house, smuggling them back into the house, and at night he would pull them out and try to stab Art. And on 2 different occasions, he was successful, and Art still has scars on his leg from it. And Art's son was not just attacking him.
This boy was stabbing his own dad, bro. Oh, no. Hey, like who was that? Chris, Miss Perry. Like Miss Perry said, I would keep a belt on deck. It'll be a belt around my waist all day, every day, so I can pull it up. Whoosh.
His parents. He was also turning on local animals that were helpless. He blinded one of the local dogs that was running around the area by just stabbing it in the eye one day.
What?
He went after one of the stray cats and he lit its tail on fire. And honestly, Art doesn't even know the other damages he had done to other animals or even other people. Even though Art and Lisa massively resented their son for how badly he treated them and how difficult he was making their lives.
Dang, they resented their son. I once heard Jordan Peterson say, well, I've heard him say it a bunch of times. He said, never allow your kids to do anything that will cause you to resent them. If you allow them to do it and you resent them, that's your fault. Don't allow them to do it. These are grown people here. They're grown, dealing with this child. And you're trying to tell me that they could not prevent a child from doing the stuff that this child was doing? They wasn't doing a very, very good job of trying to prevent this kid from being a bad seed. I promise you that. They might think they were, but they wasn't.
They recognized that this was a child that needed help. And so they...
Yeah, the child may need help, but it also needed y'all to do a better job at parenting him as well. And I can say this because my mother was a child sitter. She was like a different type of child sitter. People would bring their bad seed kids to my mother so that she can get them in order. And when they went back to their parents, they were good seeds.
Tried everything they could to help him by enrolling him in that special school that ultimately was isolating, but it was an attempt to try to help him, or bringing him to different therapists and psychologists and doctors, putting him on different medications and bringing him to meditation consultants. I mean, you name it, they tried everything they could.
They were doing a lot, no lie.
Try to help this kid, but nothing worked. He only got angrier and angrier and got bigger and stronger and more aggressive and violent.
Yeah, this kid had a demon in him.
And eventually, Art and Lisa are like, what do we do about this? What ultimately started happening over the following years is Art and Lisa became prisoners of their own home. That every time their son was around...
Sheesh! Not me. I wouldn't, boy. Woo! I would be fighting my own child. Boy, like, what's up? What's up? You think you big and bad? Boy, boy.
Felt unsafe around him. He was such a...
I put a camera up in every corner of the house. Every corner of the house will get a camera in it, so that I can protect myself. The cops will know and see. Hey, look at my son. Look what he's doing. This boy done stabbed me twice in my sleep. I'm just defending myself.
Wild card, and he had these crazy, angry outbursts, and he was clearly prone to extreme violence. And so they began using those heavy doors and locks to lock themselves away from their son.
There's no way I'll be locking myself in a room because I'm terrified of my own child. No!
Only way they felt safe. And so with that in mind, fast forward to 1988 when Art's son is now 16 years old and Art and Lisa find out they're pregnant again. It was a surprise, and they were not happy about it. In fact, because...
Heck no, bro. I knew they'd be scared. They'd be like, oh no. 16 years later, we pregnant again. We done been through 16 years of hell. Now we about to have another baby, and this one could be just like this one. Oh no, I can't. You know what? I need to abort this one. I'm sorry. I was never for it. I've always been against it, but I wish I aborted that little demon child.
How badly it had gone with their son, they were really scared that another child was going to be just as bad, and they couldn't possibly go through this again. And so they decided that they weren't going to terminate.
That's what I'm talking about, John. That boy would have been asleep.
But if they noticed early on this child was a huge problem child, as horrible as they felt about it, they knew they would give it up for adoption.
Okay, so they didn't want to terminate the child, or they thought about terminating the child. From the sound of it, I could be wrong, but they said that, all right, we'll see. Early on, if the kid turns out to be like this one over here, then adoption it is.
Simply couldn't do this again. This time they had a daughter, and she was normal. She was nothing like their son. She didn't come home and cry constantly. She smiled and laughed, and after a few months she was sleeping through the night, and she was hitting her milestones, and she just seemed happy.
Heck, I would be scared, man. I was like, yo, what if the boy does something to her? Woo!
Oh! And she was easy. And it was around this time that Art and Lisa began to realize just how bad their son was. Seeing how wonderful their daughter was just amplified all of their son's atrocious behavior over the first 16 years of his life.
I bet.
And so Art and Lisa really began to look at their son as more of a lost cause. And they were less invested in going through the motions to try to find some way to help him when they knew it wasn't going to work. It had never worked. And he's only a couple years away from being 18, and he can go out on his own and figure it out for himself. And now, since they didn't really care as much about him, suddenly his behavior was intolerable. And anytime he acted up, they would never lay a hand on him, but they were not afraid to tell him to basically get the F out of here. We are not putting up with this.
Dang, that's crazy. Like, they didn't realize certain things until after they had their second child, and the second child was so much easier. The second child was normal. It wasn't until they had the second child that they realized just how horrible their son was. What we realized it, we know. We know. But it took them 16 years to really, really realize it, to the point where they were done investing in him, saying that he's a lost cause, that they were no longer willing to tolerate his BS, not willing to put hands on him, but not afraid to tell him that he needs to get the hell up out their house. I would have did it at 11.
Leave.
Nah, at 3, I would have been thinking about putting him up for adoption. He probably would have ended up taking some lives. I ain't even gonna lie.
So regularly, Art and Lisa would have these horrific screaming matches with their son until their son would basically run away in a rage and then come back hours later or even a couple days later. And Art said he began to look forward to fighting with his son because every time they fought, it meant his son would be gone for a little while afterwards, and there would be a little bit of peace and calm inside the house. But at the same time, Art and Lisa were concerned one of these days he's going to come back in after one of these fights and he's going to kill us. So
No. You see, what's crazy, I'm going to tell y'all a story real quick. Nah, I'll save it to the end.
Went on like this for about a year.
Let's just say, and y'all can remind me in the chat, I actually have somebody in my family, a female, story very similar to this. Very similar. It gets crazy too. I could tell Mr. Ballin about the story. He'll tell it amazingly.
Until a rainy day in 1989 when their son was almost 18 and their daughter was almost 1 year old. Now, the house they lived in was a single-story bungalow, and their daughter's room was against a sidewall where there was a window leading to the outside. That morning, Art and Lisa had got into one of the worst screaming matches with their son they had ever had. and he left in a rage, and they slammed and locked the door behind him. After a couple of hours, their son is still gone, and they don't expect to see him anytime soon, and their daughter is starting to get fussy. She seems tired, and so they walk into her bedroom, they put her in her crib for a nap, and then Art and Lisa leave her room, shut the door behind them, and go sit down in the kitchen. A couple minutes later, they hear their daughter screaming at the top of her lungs, and Art and Lisa immediately recognize this is not an ordinary cry. This sounds like something is terribly wrong. They get up and sprint down the hall to her room, and they try the door handle, but it's locked. They run back out to the kitchen, they get the keys, they go back, they're fumbling with the keys, they finally open it up, and there in the back of the room, standing next to the crib, is their son. And he's holding a knife, and he's poking it into her face. And Art said he looked at his daughter, and he could see blood on her stomach and blood on her arm, and she's screaming, and so he thinks to himself, thank God she's still alive. And instinctively, Art starts running to try to put himself between his son and his daughter. But before he could even get there, his wife had moved much faster, and she charged over and smashes her son's hand. The knife falls to the ground. She pushes him as hard as she possibly can, and he goes slamming into the wall and falls on the ground. Art immediately...
This really happened.
Immediately reaches into the crib, picks his daughter up, and runs to the other side of the room. And he kind of looks her over. She's crying, she's in pain, she's scared, but he can see the cuts on her are superficial. He turns back around, and he can see his wife is standing there with her fist balled, standing in front of her son.
The cuts were not real?
Her son stands up, and he's looking at her, no emotion on his face. Art would even say that it was like he was looking at an alien. This person wasn't human. How could they do this to their own sister, to a baby? And he stared at him, and then he noticed his wife was moving towards her son like she was going to attack him. And this is where Art says he knew he was supposed to go over there and stop whatever was about to happen. But he didn't. And this is the part of the story where Art reveals his wife, she's this amazing boxer. And he knew that she could beat the living crap out of just about anybody. The son is so stunned by how quickly this has happened that he's not doing anything. He's not positioning himself to fight back or to even preemptively attack his mother. He's just kind of standing there looking at his mother with no expression on his face. And that's when Art's wife winds up and blasts him across the face, knocking his head back. And Art said immediately he could tell his nose was broken, blood squirts all over his face, and he falls to the ground. Until this moment, neither Lisa nor Art had ever laid a hand on their son. Even when he stabbed Art twice in the legs, they never physically struck their son. But this was different. Their son had crossed the line, and he could never come back. And so even though Art knew if he doesn't step in, his wife is going to beat their son to death, even though he knew that was going to happen, he remembers thinking, good. He turns around and he leaves the room with his daughter. As Art cleans up his daughter and puts band-aids on each of the cuts that were inflicted on her, he hears in the other room his son is yelling and screaming at their mother, saying, I'm going to kill you. And she is just ruthlessly punching, kicking, and smashing him. It is not slowing down at all. And Art remembers by the time he picked his daughter back up, after putting all her band-aids on and she'd kind of calmed down, he still heard his wife punching, kicking, and smashing their son, who's now unconscious. Again, Art knows, if I don't go in there now, my unconscious son is getting his head kicked in by his mother.
Yo, this man knows what a savage his wife is. He's like, yo, my wife will kill that boy. Good. What? Yo. And she can do it too. That's what I'm saying though. Like, woman, you grown. You a whole professional boxer out here. How come you couldn't handle him when he was 2 years old? See, y'all should have been whooping that boy. Y'all should have been whooping that boy. I got my fair share of whoopings. And look at me today.
I don't go in there now, he's gonna die. For sure. But Art wants that to happen. So he doesn't go in there. Instead, he just rocks his daughter.
See, that's crazy that he thinks that way, because it's like, if I don't go in there and stop my wife, I love that he knows her that well. If I don't go in there and stop my wife, she gonna end up killing that boy. I want it to happen, but my wife, it's like he doesn't even have the belief in his wife that she will restrain herself and stop herself from ending this boy's life.
Until she falls asleep, and by the time she's snoring in his arms, his wife is still punching, kicking, and smashing their son, who hasn't made a sound in a long time. Art just sits down at the kitchen table, hoists his daughter onto his shoulder.
I couldn't imagine somebody being unconscious out and still inflicting harm upon them. I couldn't imagine that.
And just listens for his wife to finish what she's doing. And finally it does go quiet in there, and his wife emerges from the room, and she's covered in blood. Her hands are swollen and red, and her chest is heaving like she's been running a race. She comes into the kitchen and sits down at the table next to Art and looks at him, and he looks back at her, and he just says, "Is he dead?" And she says, "I hope so." And he just goes, "Yeah, me too." Art and Lisa sat at the kitchen table.
She said, "I hope so." And he's like, "Yeah, me too." That's crazy. That's when you know you got a bad kid, bro. When the parents wish that child was gone. Woo! Shoo! Yo, that's crazy though. I was surprised in the beginning of that altercation when Art was about to charge, but the wife moved in quicker. I'm like, yo, what kind of skills does the wife have that she was able to get in there quicker than the husband?
For a long time, there was no sound coming from the room where their son was. And eventually Lisa starts crying and goes and takes a shower. At which point, Art stands up and he goes into the
How did they get away with this?
bedroom where his son was, and this is when he can tell his son is actually still alive. He walks in and he can see his son still breathing, but he's covered in blood, he's got vomit on him, he's clearly wet his pants, his teeth have been knocked out, his whole face is bloodied and bruised and
She knocked the teeth out this boy.
swollen, and he goes up to him and he thinks there's no way he's going to live through this. But Art has kind of an internal crisis because he wants him to die. He doesn't want him to live. And so that decision of should I call an ambulance or should I call police was a really difficult one to make because really neither served the purpose that he or his wife wanted. And so as he's standing there wondering what to do, he hears his wife come out of the shower. And so he leaves the room and he confers with his wife, and they decide, we're not going to call the police. We're not going to call an ambulance.
They really thought this through. Like, that's crazy to sit there and really think about. Rather, they want this boy to survive or to not survive. It had to come into play or into thought that if he survived, there's a possibility that he will come back for us. Nah, it ain't worth it.
We're going to do nothing. And so right then and there, they walked around their house, they gathered up a couple things, and they headed downstairs into the basement where they had an in-law suite, which basically was a little apartment that they didn't really use, but it had everything they needed. And they moved down there, and they locked the one door that led down there, and they locked the side door as well. They figured if he lived, there would be enough food to get him through a few weeks upstairs. There's water up there, bedrooms, bathrooms. He had all of that. And at some point, he would run out of food, and he would have to leave. Or he would die upstairs, and in a couple weeks, they would go up, and they would deal with it. Over the next week, they began to hear movement upstairs, which signaled to them he was alive, but he wasn't moving around much. It was just enough to know somebody was up there. They figured that, okay, he's probably laying down most of the time recovering. And so Art began going back to work. He would go out the side door, and every time he went outside and he was on the driveway, he was expecting his son to come out and attack him, but he never did. And his wife, Lisa, she stayed with their daughter 24/7, stayed in the house, and at no point did the son ever try to come downstairs and try to attack her or them at any point. Probably because he was afraid of his mother. About 3 weeks after the attack, they were in bed in the basement and they heard him going absolutely ballistic upstairs, screaming, punching walls, breaking things, and they decided, you know what, whatever he does up there, it's not worth going up there and confronting him. Let him do whatever he wants. And then the next day, it was totally quiet. And for the next couple of days, Art and Lisa would listen really intently to see if they could hear him moving around upstairs.
Yo, that's crazy. So the boy didn't die. Oh my God. Yo, could you imagine? They got a whole apartment downstairs, basically, the finished basement, and they're listening in upstairs to see if their son survived that ordeal, and if so, he got enough food to last him a couple of weeks. Maybe he'll just disappear after.
But they couldn't. And so finally, Art and Lisa decide to go up into the main floor and see if he's up there. When they open the door, they find their entire upstairs has been absolutely wrecked. Every piece of furniture is ruined, every window's broken, there's glass all over the place, there's brown smears all over the walls.
Dang, did they not notice he was causing all that destruction before? When they were downstairs, they couldn't hear him break everything?
But their son isn't there. And so they figured that night when they heard him going crazy upstairs, he already knew he was going to leave. He just wanted to ruin their house before he did. Even though their son was gone, they had no idea if he was going to come back or not. And so for days and weeks and months, they lived in fear that their son was just going to show up one day and kill them. But he never did. And then 3 years after the incident, they moved and they weren't in contact with their son. They hadn't seen him. And so he had no idea where they were going and they have no way to contact him. So that was it. They just restarted somewhere else. Fast forward to 2019 when Art is making this Reddit post and he says, I haven't seen my son since 1989 and I don't want to see him again. And Art goes on to say that while he hopes his son was able to overcome his demons and live a normal life, he said if he wasn't able to do that, if he was out there still causing pain and misery to other people, Art says he hopes that whoever was on the receiving end of that finished the job. Woo! So that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's story.
Woo! Woo! Crazy story. Crazy story. This man says, I hope that whoever is on the receiving end of what my son is doing, if he's still doing the same stuff he was doing before, I hope you finish the job. Woo! God, that hurt. That hurt. That hit me right there. That's crazy. That was a crazy story. But now I have a story to tell. So I got a cousin. Ooh, I just remembered her name, but I'm not going to say her name. We're going to call her Nicole. My cousin Nicole was a strange and crazy child. And she would say and do strange and crazy things. And people kind of feared her as a little girl. One day, she was out with her mom in the car. They were driving, and something happened to her mom. And her mom died in the car. The police showed up. They investigated the scene. And my cousin Nicole didn't react as if her mother was dead. She didn't cry. She didn't trip. She didn't act like she was fazed or bothered by it. But she asked if she could go back to the car and retrieve something that she left in there. With no kind of remorse for her mother passing. Mind you, at this time, she was a young girl. She might have been 11, 12 years old. I remember she wanted to come stay with me and my mom. But my mom was like, no. I don't want that crazy child in my house. I'm pretty sure she killed her mother. And everybody in the family believes this. Fast forward till today. She's a grown woman, like 40 years old. She doesn't act as though she's 40. She acts as if she's a teenager. She's not very dependent. She's not very independent, I meant to say. She's very dependent upon people. Her son has been in and out of prison since he was a teenager. And the family that she's been staying with, my uncles, well, one of my uncle, which is her father, I believe, is afraid of her. My aunt was actually staying with them as well. My aunt was also afraid of her. She would break into my aunt's bedroom and steal whatever she wanted from my aunt, whenever she wanted. even going as far as putting the little milk crates on the floor outside of my aunt's bedroom window and stepping on the crates to climb through the bedroom window when my aunt would lock her bedroom door when she would leave to go to work because she knew that Nicole would go in there and try to steal some stuff. And the way they would know that she was climbing through the windows is because the milk crates would be outside broken, cracked, with what looked like a foot went through them. My uncle ended up kicking her out the house because he was afraid. He was terrified. They would argue with this girl. This is his own daughter. He was terrified of his own daughter because she was wild. She was crazy. She was extremely unpredictable. And she would threaten my uncle and aunt's life. It's my second uncle. My distant uncle. My uncle to my uncle. And my aunt, who's the one sister from my mother and her sisters that's left, the one that's still alive. That's her uncle. She's living with her uncle. So he's my second uncle. But yeah, he ended up kicking her out the house. She was threatened to kill them. And everybody says when she was a kid, she killed her mother. But they don't know how she did it though. But whatever she did, she got away with it. It's crazy. Crazy. But it was similar to that boy. Crazy, loose, wild child that they could not get control of. Did whatever it is that he wanted to do. That's how my cousin was. She might watch my videos, so maybe I shouldn't have said that. As a matter of fact, I know she's seen my videos before. Nah, I don't think she watched them no more because they kicked her out the house, and my aunt that watching my videos would watch them with her, you know, or told her about them, something like that. Auntie, if you're watching, when I started the story, hopefully you caught on to what I was about to say and turned the video off. And I'm scared now. Now we got to get to the next video. We're going to do a try not to laugh, and then we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Found it. Y'all, this is Idiots at Work. Tree. We gonna try not to laugh, okay? Okay. Look at this fool. Look, that's horrible. You don't see the curvature in this, man? Horrible. Horrific. I hope it falls. I don't want it to fall on y'all, but it needs to fall. So y'all can start over. Y'all ain't even level the ground to make sure the ground was good. Bow, right in the face. Perfect. He tried to pop this dang on spray can and it shot him perfectly. They cracking up. And I'm trying not to laugh. Perfect. He should have faced the other way. He should have stood the other way. Alright, look like he might be mixing up some paint. Oh no, that's some cement. Dang, bro, you drunk? What the what? Is the cement? Nah, he's drunk. He is at work drunk. Look at this man. He is so drunk. Bloop. What is it? Whoa. Dude, just go home. Just go home. Yo, they really needed to cut this thing. They got the longest extension cord ever. Alright, so we cutting. Alright, yeah, the dog makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. The job must be that easy that a dog can drive this thing. Yo, that's gonna fill up extremely quick, bro. That's gonna fill up. Up. Almost full. Hey, kind of a good idea. Y'all wasting a lot of it though. All right, need to stop. It's full. It's full, right? Yeah, it's full. Look at that. Stop, y'all. Dang. There we go. Gosh. Bro, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. That's wrong. He must be drunk too. He must be drunk too, y'all. What is you doing, dog? That don't even go there, bro. He gotta be drunk too. That don't go there. I don't even know what the heck that is, dog. See, y'all need to throw that box TV in the trash anyway. What y'all still doing to box TV, man? Flat screen's been out over 10 years now. We fishing. We fishing for something. Dang, this fool got a stick. He gonna knock the fish out when they get the fish? Why? This man about to sit here and knock the fish unconscious. Dang, if it wasn't bad enough that the fish was going out of the water into the air where it can't breathe no more. Yeah, fish are opposite from us because I definitely can't breathe on the water. But you gonna knock it out too? That's messed up. Look, he ready. He getting ready to knock it out. Look, he about to knock it out. I guess he don't want it to flippity flap when they get in the boat. He don't want it to do all that. Look, I swear he about to knock it out. I told you. Big brain. I told you he was gonna use that thing to try to knock the fish out. He smacked the water. Watch, fall in the water. Karma's a biatch. Now, there he go. There he go. Look, now he look like a fish in the water. Look, use the fishing line. Get him. Hook him out right there. Get him like that, and then knock his dumb ass out. Get him. Look at him. There go his boot. Look, knock him. Hit him upside the head. Knock him. Bloop. Look, there go your little stick back there you was about to beat the fish with. I ain't never in my life seen somebody try to knock a fish out with a stick. Y'all do that? I ain't know y'all did that. Y'all be doing that? That's messed up. I gotta talk to some of my fisher friends, man. I ain't know y'all be doing that. I was just trolling with that stick. I ain't know what he was gonna do with it, but I was right. I don't even like that I was right. What's this? Is that corn? That's a lot. I don't want to eat no corn this man done stepped on, but I guess you would never know when to get to the grocery store if somebody put their foot on it or not. It been on the ground too. You won't know. You just gonna eat it. Whoa, 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 whoa! It's gonna crash. You gonna have to rebuild that center pillar going down. Bloop! Told you. Told you. You gotta rebuild that whole thing. I saw it coming. Saw it coming. Yep. I hope you sell enough corn, because you're going to need the money. Oh, I remember this clip. Y'all remember this clip? This woman tried so hard. Look, this is why you don't let a woman do a man's job. You understand me? Watch. She pulling this string so hard for so long and nothing happens. The dude comes over there. He's like, poof, and it just shoots, fires, rockets, launch, missile, cannon. Beep, beep.
No.
Beep, beep.
No. No. No, ci deve dare un colpo forte, ci deve dare. E siccome non è buona, ci deve dare un colpo forte.
Yo, this dude is just standing there like, this woman is embarrassing me right now. I said my line perfectly. I should have let her say it so I could pull the thing. I swear, I'm going to let her get 5 more tugs. If she don't get it, on the 5th one, I'm going to go over there and pull it myself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he gave her more tugs than I would. 7. Oh, he gave her 7 more tugs. Maybe he didn't see the other 2. And 1. He did everything. He did the talking. He did the tugging, the firing, the cannon. He just... All right, what we got going on here? I ain't laughed yet, but I know some of y'all have because I see your emojis. Hot suckers, I won. What this truck doing? He backed up, now he backing forward, back forward, moving forward, backing up again. That look like fresh concrete on the ground, but I could be wrong. I don't know what he about to deliver. I don't know what that little black thing is sitting on the ground neither. Oh, whoa. Yep, the ground looked this soft. Like I said, the ground looked real soft. Bow, bow, hammer, never, nails, hammer, fail, nails, nail, hammer, never, hell, never, wood, bright. He sucks. I thought Asians are good at everything. He can't hammer for nothing. He done hammered himself. This man done got his head stuck in the wood. He hammered him. How you do it to yourself, bro? You should be able to get yourself out of there fairly easy because you couldn't hammer the dang on nail in that wood for nothing. You missed the wood about 3 or 4 times. You only hit the nail twice. It shouldn't be that secure. You should be able to knock it out there real easily. He's like, oh Lord, my head big. I can't get my head out. Look at him. Look at... Bro, why you still trying, dog? Knock the wood out. Get the wood. Get the wood. No, bro. Your head too big. Bro, he's slow. He's slow. I can't even deal with him. All right. We about to roll this big old thing of concrete. Whoop. Shattered. Perfect. Up, cones going. Flip it. Oh, dang. What? This thing is just knocking out all the cones. It must be going fast because them cones are flying. Really? That is so unsafe. First of all, this fool is clearly driving like 60, 70 miles an hour. And this man is not secured to this van whatsoever. If this person stopped at a light abruptly, this man gonna go flying out this dang on this Honda Odyssey. He holding the couch on top of the dang on van. They ain't even try to strap it down or nothing. And why they got it upside down? If you would have put it right side up, you could have strapped it to the van. Maybe. It's just, it don't make no kind of sense. He's holding it. He's doing all the work. Look at that mess. And it is a Honda Odyssey too. I used to work for Honda. I know my Honda Odysseys inside and out. That was dumb. All right, what they doing here? Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh, ooh. They tried to lay the concrete on that thing, and they just shattered. They got this look on their face like, we messed up big time. We messed up big, especially this dude right here with the AirPod in his ear. He's like, how much did this cost? Is this coming out of our paycheck? He's incompetent. This fool is too. Because he's just watching them be incompetent instead of trying to... Bro, give me that. Give me that. You don't know what you're doing. They both need to be fired. Look at this dude's arm. He don't have the strength to do this. Look at how skinny it is. This is about as thick as my finger. Y'all need to get the right man for the job. It's not him. It's not him. It's not this guy. Give up, bro. Just give up. You're too weak. You need guns, bro. You need guns, not pencils. Look at this. His arm's so skinny it looks like it's about to break on his own. How you got an M tatted on the back of your arm and it's about the same size as your whole forearm? That didn't make any sense, but y'all know what I meant. He got little arms. Little arms create little holes. I'm about to make myself laugh, man. Yo, he about to try again, even though he knows he's been defeated. I could tell right now by his body language, because your body speaks. His body language is like, dang, look, man, look. I suck at this. I just got hired today. I can't believe they got me doing this on my first day of work. This is not for me. I'm not built for this. I'm not built for this. That's what he's saying to himself right now. He's like, but I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try again. I'm not gonna get anywhere, but I'll do it. He's just tickling the hole. Like he's just tickling there, just tickle. Tickle, 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 tickle. It's like a belly button. He's just playing with it. You see the other dude over here just sitting there? They just hired him today too. He ain't trying to help. He's not saying a single word. He's not giving this man no words of encouragement. He's not trying to help him figure out how to do this whatsoever. You know why? Because he don't know how to do it either. You see that knee? I'm talking about this guy down here. He don't know how to do it either. And the fool that's recording, he is dying inside. He is cracking up. He is laughing wait, not out loud. That's a tongue twister. Not out loud, in loud. He is laughing in loud. You don't hear him, but he's cracking up. Listen. You see? He was laughing. Oh, that's a horrible idea. That is a horrible idea. They train these firefighters to put out fires. But they didn't train these firefighters on how electricity works. That was 1,000,000 times worse than I thought it was going to be. That was 1,000,000 times worse than I thought it was going to be. See, we got to train our firefighters, y'all. We got to train them. Don't send them to a fire just to put the fire out. They got to assess the situation. Oh, look, this electrical freaking pole is on fire. Maybe we should use water.
I lied.
Goddamn, exactly right. I was not expecting that. He done knocked out the power to the whole neighborhood. Smart. No mames. Just leave it. Just leave it. Look, I don't know what you gonna tell to the finance company. You owe them some money. You owe them some money. You gotta finish paying for that. Or the insurance. I don't know how that work. I just feel like you gotta pay for that. Yo, this is interesting looking train track here. What the freak was that? How did that happen? You might want to get off this track, bro. Why is there a pole in the middle of this train track? Ain't no train going on this track no time soon. Andrea, what you doing to your lip that is hurting that you trying so bad not to laugh? Are you biting it? Wait, what's going on over here? Wait, what's going on over here? Are we good now? Are we good? Yeah, we good. I feel like a deer is about to cross.
И ненароком смотришь такой. Хопа! И столб стоит посреди дороги. Красота! Ну и сам... И тут вот едешь такой, едешь по полосе себе так. Хоп! И в пол полосы опять столб стоит. Вот это красота! Ай, пипец!
Whatever that was. Oh. If this is transporting minerals like gravel or rocks or sand of some sort, yeah, it might have been too heavy, and this is definitely gonna cause this to sink. Or maybe something just went wrong. Yeah, buddy, I hope you can swim. He must be confident in his swimming ability because he don't look too scared. Okay, Rooster, I thought y'all only did that at the crack of dawn. That was a lot of money that went in the water. That ain't good.
Твою мать! Нихуя! Ебануто.
I think they were transporting this tractor thingy. I'm gonna call it a tractor because I don't know what it's called. And they realized they couldn't get up this snowy hill because it had too much weight. So they were gonna take it off, but it didn't go as planned.
Я так и знал.